It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done a video. I've wanted to do a bunch of things and share them with you, but it's just been so busy with like knife orders and stuff like that. One thing I did today was finish grinding this knife that I showed previously. This is the first knife I'd ever forged. I ended up doing a whole bunch of normalizing cycles. Very, very happy with the way this thing turned out. It's interesting because you see, I have this one line right here. When I was starting to draw the bar out, I hit it really hard there. And so it's interesting, like in the grind, I mean, it goes down there because it's thinner here, but then on the other side, it bulges out, so it actually pops up there. So it's really interesting when you start to work with forged material, how much more that brings into your grind. I mean, the one nice thing is there's a certain amount of forgiveness in your grind line, because as long as you've got forging marks or texturing or something like that, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, crispy grind line, which, I mean, it's good to know how to do those, but that is one nice thing with forged knives, is that that's not all that important because you get all this crazy stuff. I especially like it like up in here, like just, oh man. It is so cool, and I'm so pleased. Here you can kind of see we kind of got a little crazy when we were drawing it out. I think this was because I didn't clean it off enough, and I think I had some of the scale on my anvil and I'd bring it out hot again. I don't know for sure. Not a blacksmith, just kind of messing around with this stuff. But the one thing I want to do today is make a tool that's gonna help me with some blacksmithing stuff. What I plan on doing, and I don't know if this is gonna work, is I'm gonna take this splitting maul. Now, don't worry, this isn't some high quality thing. I picked this up for like $3 at a garage sale. What I wanna do to this is I wanna cut it right here and then kinda grind in a square, and I want this to fit into the hardy hole on the top of my anvil, so I can just plop it in there, and this will basically be like a hot cut tool. So I can take a hot piece of steel, stick it on here, hammer against it, and actually just cut stuff with the forge and anvil, rather than having to be like come to a portable band or something like that. I've used chisels in the past, like I'll just set the hot piece of material there and use a chisel and do that. It's great, it works well, but I think it's a lot more efficient to have an actual tool, like a hot cutting tool for my hardy hole. And I just thought, you know what, we may as well try. I've got this thing kicking around. I had no clue what I ever wanted to do with this, but this is the specimen here. Just a big old ugly splitting maul. And the one thing I'm wondering is if we cut it right here, if it's going to, first I'm wondering if this is all hardened. I kind of half think maybe they just hardened the edge of it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the portable band's gonna handle this, but I'm gonna try it. So cut it right here, and then I'll come up about an inch or two and then kind of cut in the square. And I think it's a 1 inch by 1 inch square that it needs to fit into. I'm gonna double check that, but ultimately I think I only need about this much of it as a cutoff tool. So that's kind of the plan. I think it's gonna work. Keep in mind, guys, I'm not a blacksmith, not by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just kind of messing around with it. I'm just kind of going off on a whim, having some fun with it, and I thought I'd take you along. So let's take this over to the portable bandsaw. We'll give it a test cut, see if I can actually cut this, and if I can, then we'll kind of lay out some lines. If not, we're gonna head outside to the 9-inch angle grinder. You know, they've got the 4.5-inch angle grinder community, and that's for the men that can't handle the 9-inch angle grinder. Now I'm actually gonna take off my work rest for this, because this little thing that kicks down, I mean, obviously if I was trying to cut it with the work rest on, it would be skewed. I'd have to shim this whole side up. I thought, you know what? May as well just take it off. Now we can sit it right here, chop it, see if this portable bandsaw is gonna cut this or not. I think we're in business. So normally I keep my anvil in the sea can, but I thought I may as well bring it in here while I'm putting this together, that way I'm not running back and forth. So this is just under 1 inch, this hardy hole. I think I'm gonna set it about right here. Maybe we'll make it like 1.5 inches. Kind of come with a square here, figure out our center line. You'll run a square here, figure out where our center is, go off of each side, mark some lines. Same thing, just kind of figure the center of this bottom. Come on, camera, stay with me. And then we'll mark off our lines and then kind of cut in, cut, grind. And hopefully this thing will just go whew, slip right in there, and then we can cut stuff. Alright, so did you notice that? I find that very interesting. Using the exact same pressure, when I'm grinding right here, there's not a lot of sparks coming off it. As soon as I get up to this area, the sparks just coming off, and they're different kind of sparks. Check this out. Same pressure. Literally, that's the exact same pressure. So that tells me that indeed the tip of this axe is hardened. Let's just check that out one more time. It's the exact same pressure. See that? So they've hardened this section of the axe. So I think we should be good. I think this is gonna work. I think that'll work all right. With this edge being, you know, hardened, I think it should hold up. I didn't grind it to sharp. It's probably like 1/16 of an inch. You can see the light on there. I didn't know whether I should take it right to sharp, but I thought it might be best to leave it a little bit blunt. But pretty good there. It's pretty stable. And I don't know. I'm gonna give this a try, see how it works. I thought, you know what? For $3 for that splitting maul, there's no reason why I shouldn't at least try it out. Let's actually try it out right now. Okay, a little tiny piece here. Perfecto! Actually a really nice clean little cut. Just dunked it in some water. That's actually a pretty nice clean little cut. Well, there you go, a super inexpensive hardy hot cut tool. Now if you're brand new to blacksmithing, the square hole in an anvil is typically called the hardy hole, and then the round hole is called the Pritchell hole, I believe. Not a blacksmith. But this is gonna be really handy, and the reason I wanted to make one of these is because I've got a little project coming up, a little knife build, and I need a hot cut tool. So I thought rather than messing around with my chisel and just the way that I needed to do the cut, I would actually have to hold the piece of steel in a certain way. So way easier if you can hold the steel and kind of have the tool fixed so you can manipulate the steel as you need it and use it that way. So this is gonna be really, really handy. And I thought since I was out here tonight, I may as well turn on the camera, take you guys along for the ride, give you an idea if you're looking for a really inexpensive hot cut tool. Hey, maybe that's something to do. Maybe you could find a real cheap splitting maul, or even an axe would work well for this, I think. We're just gonna use it and see how well it works. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you think you might want to see some more of this stuff. And we're gonna start making some more videos here. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be back with another one for you guys. And thank you so much for watching. Cheers.